I did an online shop over the weekend for collection today, knowing that tomorrow is another Ferié Day. It's Armistice Day here, and we do the remembrance on the 11th, the actual day, rather than over the weekend. So I started to go to my normal place and then thought, hold on a minute. Remember that we decided that I wouldn't do that because last week I ended up going to having to drive myself to Chauvigny because he wasn't well, and I just really wasn't that well either to be doing that. So I did my shopping at Intermarché, and it's a long time since I've done an online to go and collect it shop there. We started doing that during COVID, and then we've just moved away from doing that. But what I liked about the site, and I don't remember it being like that before, was that I could choose how many carrots I wanted. I could choose how many mushrooms I wanted, and it says that this price is for 4 mushrooms, and this price is for 1 carrot, and this price is for, what else did I buy individually? Courgette, and I don't remember. But I liked that I could just, but rather than here's a kilo, when you don't want a kilo, it was, I probably bought more than a kilo of carrots actually because I made an enormous coleslaw. So I liked that. And it's just up the road. It's like a 10-minute drive to go and pick it up. So even if we weren't well, we could still go and make a 10-minute drive to go and pick it up. As it was when we got there. We got there, it was due to be ready between 10 and 11, and they said that they would SMS me when it was ready. And we didn't get an SMS, and we got there about 10:30, 25 to 11, and one of the shop staff came out and he went, "Oh, it's not ready, it'll be ready in 10 minutes. À peu près. À peu près means around about 10 minutes. And off he went, and came out, I think it was probably about a quarter of an hour. And as he was handing over the shopping, I'd ordered 2 sweet potatoes. And I looked in the bag and I went, "Oh my God, they're enormous." And he went, "Yeah, it's great for soup." But I'm thinking, what's this thing about soup? I'm not that fussed about soup. I make soup about once or twice over winter. I'm not that fussed about soup. I certainly wouldn't waste sweet potatoes on soup. But yeah, he went, "Yeah, it's great for soup." So I'd got, enormous sweet potatoes. So I will only do one between us when I do cook it and however I cook it. Very big courgettes, a very big cucumber, and I think that was it. But yeah. So anyway, it wasn't too bad. We got home and we unpacked it all, but it was probably a lot easier than doing a 20-minute, 25-minute drive to Chauvigny, 25-minute back. And this meant I could come in and start cooking our meal with some of the food that I had picked up was the accompaniment to the meal. But I was pretty knackered when I sat down. It pushed me a bit too far to have a meal ready as well just after that. So yeah, we're both a bit knackered today. I think I slept better. I think I slept better, and I'm being careful when I walk upstairs that I keep this left leg straight. So I'm walking up one at a time and bringing this up behind me, and then the next one bringing this up behind me. And I think that has helped because walking upstairs sets it off, lying down sets it off, sitting down sets it off. So I think holding it carefully as I go up the stairs is making a difference. Now I've got an appointment now for a pedicure on Saturday, and I'm going to be really careful this time. She says that she does it on her massage bed with knee support and back support, but I'll be really careful because I know this time to say, no, I can't move my foot like that. I can't move that leg like that. So hopefully it'll be all right, because I'm getting really annoyed not being able to reach my feet. Because if I bend down, it hurts. And that's been doing that for a long time, trying to deal with that foot, especially, or either foot, it hurts. So yeah, it'll be good to get that done. we've got Vicky coming tomorrow. We have flu vaccinations on Wednesday morning, which I postponed from last week, and they will offer us a COVID, I think, when we get there, which we'll take, even though it's the Pfizer BioNTech, which people have been up in arms in about. It's what we had, and it's what we've had all along, so we'll just go with that. Yeah, I'd rather do that than get COVID really badly, although we're still both coughing from whatever it was we came back from the UK with. We still both have got a tickly cough every so often. I know I'm coughing during the night, and he's coughing during the day. So I think it's what we brought back from the UK. I've just been watching And the Rest is Politics, or The Rest is Politics, with Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart, who have very clearly explained what's happened with Donald Trump, the Donald Trump interview that was edited by Panorama. What they're saying is it was poorly edited, and they did bring two statements together in their editing. So his "We'll march on the Capitol, fight, fight, fight" were brought together as if they were the same in the same sentence, and they weren't. But I'm really angry that he is leaning on the UK government, and the UK government are capitulating. That really is pissing me off. It's like everybody's capitulating to Trump. So anyway, if you want to find The Rest is Politics and watch them, they're both very intelligent men who explain stuff. They're on Blue Sky or on YouTube, The Rest is Politics. And I watched some of Heather Cox Richardson on the 6th of November, and then got distracted, and I haven't continued to watch that, but that was also sounding really interesting and informative. She just knows her stuff, doesn't she? So I watched that as well. So if you want some informative news about politics in the UK and in America, that you can watch those. And I watched Mark passively. I was at my computer and he was watching telly, and I see at the end of the film, because it wasn't a really very familiar film for me, I see at the end of the film he was watching The Day of the Jackal, which is, I think, Frederick Forsyth, and it was about an assassination attempt on de Gaulle, I think. I hadn't known about that. I don't know what year that would have been. It would have been before I was sort of aware of what was going on much around me. When you're busy, when you're young and you're bringing up kids, young babies and giving birth and all of that, it's like other stuff doesn't really filter through. You're struggling to find money to, to feed your family and whatever. It's stuff like that just doesn't go in. That's what I found anyway. I think I sort of admire people that can do it all, do that and do politics, but I certainly didn't back then. I was mouthy back then, but didn't really know what I was being mouthy about, probably. What else? I think that's it, really. I was just watching them, and I was talking to Mark on the way home. We saw, as we were coming back down into San Sevan, I think it was back down the hill, in one of the gardens, there was a Santa Claus blow-up thing. It was like, but it's not even mid-November, and they've got bloody Christmas decks up. And I said to him, I hope you're going to put, I said to him, I won't make you get up and put the sleigh on the roof this year. He said, oh, are you sure? I went, yeah, you're getting a bit old for that. But I was reminded of a book that I read, and I listened to it when I was travelling between Bideford and Taunton years ago. I listened to it, and it's by Bill Bryson, who I knew originally as a travel writer, very light-hearted travel writer, but he'd written a book called Saving Christmas, and it's very funny and very enjoyable, and I was reminded of that seeing this inflatable Santa Claus this morning. So anyway, that is it, and I'm off now to go and sit next to Mark and collapse so that my shoulders are being supported, because they're beginning to ache. Thanks for watching, and for the person that went about my hair, how sad you are. It's only hair. For goodness sake. And of course, we can't see your profile photo, so we don't know how bad your hair looks. Goodness me. Okay. Au revoir. À plus.